Morning. Feeling a lot better today. My head's not as fuzzled. Today is the 5th of March 2026, so it'll be the Hierophant. And the song is The Boys Are Back in Town. So we've got Uranus, which is rebellion. It's also people of same-sex persuasion. And we've got Capricorn in the 10th house, which is Capricorn. So ambitions, career. There he is on the top of the deck. So let's have a look where he ends up. Hierophant. We don't need the names unless it comes out again. It's Taurus energy. And it's about self-esteem, self-worth, what you value in life, religion, schools, teachers, etc. There he is. So it's not urgent, but it is somebody that's lost faith in themselves, others, religion, situations, institutions. And it's getting a bit repetitive because they're telling us the same thing, so we've just got to keep going, basically. Because we need to end this chapter. And some of us have, or are in the process of doing so. And some of us haven't started yet, and everybody's got to catch up. Because that year of the snake is over. And we have to put this to rest. The fixed signs will find it hardest: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. But this is travel to the object of your desire, be they persons, things or events. So we're on our way. Number 21. Bob and Dean, we need to close this chapter so that we can begin the fool's journey again, this cycle. Fond memories of the past, looking at videos and photographs. The kids, childhood, someone possibly returning from the past. A decision has been made. We're no longer in denial. We're no longer waiting to be shown the facts. And we're no longer protecting others. Decisions have been made. So they're reiterating that during Mercury retrograde, we will make a decision. Probably before the 24th. Mercury retrograde ends on the 20th. So it's a choice. It was always a choice before it was the lovers. Adam, Eve, Lily, Emily, Catherine, Susan, Aidan, and the Garden of Eden. The nightmare will be over 9 weeks. But there are some here that are not speaking the truth. There were 3 problems to overcome. Someone is holding on too tightly to something that's already gone. Trying to control others, which you can't do, being greedy or stubborn. But if you are trying to take back the reins of your own life, that is the right thing to do. So maybe control is the issue. 4 years. What you resist persists. You don't have to chase what's yours. So don't try and control others, but take back control of your life. 7 or 25. So, forgot Kristen there. Sorry, Kristen. And Mia with a 7 or 25. Oh, 1 minute. Let's put you on pause 1 minute. So, working as a team, pulling together. This is the Cancer card. So where have we got Cancer in the chart? Anywhere? No. Is in the 5th house of things that go on in the dark. What you create, so possibly children. A business that you've formed. Whatever you've created for yourself. Yeah, I think it is about home and family life. There is problems. Either repairs need doing in the home, or the house is not a happy one. The home is not a home without fire and the hearth, food on the table and a welcome at the door. Because somebody's been found out for their lies, deceit and theft. Perhaps credit card theft. Perhaps taking the credit for what you've done, what you've achieved. Somebody wants to escape. Another 2. We are at a crossroads. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. You must take a different path. Yeah. You have good and generous friends. Taurus energy again. Possibly a woman in uniform, or of a darker complexion. She will be a good friend. It also means that your finances and career are taking an upturn. They will be reliable, predictable. And funny enough, Taurus is in Uranus, which we've got in the dice. So well done, Spirit. And there's love here, unconditional love, Cancer. So there is love, there is financial stability, but there are also battles, banging your head against a brick wall. Because you are not open, because you're being stubborn, to fighting for what's right. You are sat on the couch, stuffing your face, watching Netflix, doing whatever you do, hoping that this will all blow over. It won't. Another 7. We have to reassess, reevaluate. This is the apple tree. Remember, we don't chop it down because it hasn't borne much fruit. We prune the branches, what no longer serve us, and we feed the roots. So, ready or not, we are going to have to jump off a cliff and make our wings on the way down. Life is not a race. Comparison is not your friend. So don't look to others. Sort your own karma out, because this is karma. You are reaping what you sowed in the past. It's time to stop wasting your energy, time and breath on people that don't listen, on people that don't work as a team, and come home to who you truly are. A homecoming. It's going to be weeks though. We've got 7 to 9 weeks. In 7 weeks we'll find out. In 9 weeks the nightmare will be over. So we've got 5 and 9 days. A battle is about to commence. Yeah, someone is grieving, still living in the past, crying over spilt milk. What's done is done. You can't change things. You can, however, recompense for what you've done. So if you're in the wrong, now is the time to put things right. Yeah, because this is not your team. They never were. The foundations weren't strong enough. It's time to move on. We've got red lights, red flags all over this. And unfortunately, we've got liars, those who play mind games, those who do not communicate, those who like to stir up trouble, the spies. I have to keep pausing, sorry, because I keep coughing now. Keep your hopes and dreams alive. You do have options. But there is something or someone that comes between you and what you want. And the emotional dynamics must change. This isn't going to work otherwise. A 3 and a 7 together make a 10. Gossip, gatherings, feeling uninvited or actually uninvited or unable to attend. Impatience. Impatience for your ships to come in. And that means you're going to make some mistakes. Victory will come only after this battle, so you can't avoid it. And stand your ground. If you're in the right, do not apologise. If you're in the wrong, you will only stagnate. There's no healing here if there's no apology. But again, this is a battle that's about to commence, that we have to fight. And the spoils will go to the victors. So, no major arcanas there. Chiron is all we've got as a clue. So, let's see where Chiron is. Aries. The spoils will go to the victor, so if you don't fight for what you believe and want, you're not going to get anywhere. It's not going to come to you on a silver platter. And there it is, the number 11. Somebody is depressed, so they're not able or willing to fight. And unfortunately, they will then not be the victor. The other person will. So, depression, the blue fairy, number 11. So it could be the 11th of this month. You might know that the number is a door number, or whatever it is. Somebody is uninvited or gossiped about, and they must take back control. This is a time where you or someone you know is feeling down, a strong feeling of isolation that is so powerful they feel like they don't know their place in the world. If you're feeling alone and wishing you could find some way of making the pain go away, this is a time where you need to reach out. It may be as small as asking a friend over to talk or picking up the phone and calling a loved one. Either way, you need to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. We've all been there. And things can change on a dime. So don't think that happiness is around the corner, because it will. These are peaks and troughs. This chapter has to end at some point. Your guides and spirits are always with you and have never left you, even though you feel like there is no one. When you're feeling distant, ask yourself, have I put up a wall? Have I distanced myself from everyone? What has caused me this pain that I have felt the need to withdraw? Take a moment to think of the things in your life that create joy. There's not a lot of joy here. It may be an animal, a hobby, a person that makes you smile. Draw on that feeling and make it grow inside of you. So imagine a little orb of light within your belly, and it grows and grows and expands through your whole body and then out into the universe. Draw on that feeling. Push away the bad feelings and bring your walls down, even if it's just a little. So don't be stubborn. It is always a good time when you are not feeling your best to ground and protect yourself, and you're not grounded and you're not protected. And that's terrorism, so a lot of the news might be getting you down. Your energy needs to flow. You are stuck. You must do a grounded and protected exercise that feels right for you. And sometimes when we're in a vulnerable state that leaves us open to negative energies that will affect us. So when we don't allow those energies in, we can just lift ourselves enough. If this card is for someone you feel is experiencing this, maybe it's up to you to be the one that reaches out. Maybe they seem as though they don't need help, but deep down it's exactly what they do need. Small acts of kindness can be just what somebody needs, especially to those that wear the masks that cover their silence. Somebody here is wearing masks because they're being deceitful, lying to themselves, and have no faith in anyone or anything. Somebody here is in a very dark place, and I don't want that to carry on. So look around you, see if there's anybody that's disappeared from your usual group. So the 10th house is about ambitions, career, parents even, the outer environment, your workplace, government buildings. So it might be somebody that's off sick. Law courts. It's public life, social status, ambition, parents, career, trade, profession, recognition and authority figures. So if you had a lot of work, reach out to people that you've worked with, or they may reach out to you. Try to keep communication lines open. This is what we strive for, what we want to achieve in our lives. Maybe it's rebelling against parents. So you might have a rebellious teenager. It's the parental house. It's the past, yes. It was associated with the father as he interacted in the world. However, it could be the mother also now, the way things have changed in the home. It signifies which of the parents has most influence on your career choices, etc. So it may be that there's arguments about career and where you're going to go from here, how you're going to earn a living, that type of thing. So it might not seem like a big deal to some, but when you're in that deep depression, it can tip you over the edge. So I know teenagers can be difficult, but try and sit down and have that proper conversation with them. So let's find out what it really means. This is highly strung, so like I said, nervous energy, seeks to transform society and governments. So a rebellion that will change the governments and the way we rule. It can indicate brilliant businesses and political strategies or eccentric ideas. And we are suffering from both at the minute, I believe. So we want the brilliant governments, we don't want the eccentrics. We've got too many of them. And like I said, the song is, if I answered it already, the boys are back in town. So there is a new, well not a new, a group returning that are going to make a difference, possibly in politics. There's Diana, the huntress. Diana is one of the names connected to that for me. So also our Princess Diana, the 1st of July, could be important. It's Sagittarius. So where have we got Sagittarius? Sagittarius is in the midheaven. And Lilith, which goes with the Garden of Eden. And Capricorn and Juno. Sagittarius is in the 9th and 10th house. That's unusual. On the cusp. So that is unusual. So who's missing out of that lot? Aries. Aries is missing. So look to your Aries friends, is all I'm saying, because there's something wrong there. Something very wrong. And Aries they're not good at sharing the feelings, so they would be prime candidates. Look to your Aries friends. It's the goddess of nature and the hunt. She is the goddess of the wild places on earth and our psyche. Complete unto herself, she was widely worshipped all over the ancient world as a powerful and protective goddess. Although a virgin herself, so you could say Virgo then, she is the protectress of women in childbirth. She is an anchor, and her sacred animals are the bear, so Virgo, and the deer, and the goat, Capricorn. Well done, Spirit. Diana is the daughter of Zeus, king of the gods. Letter Apollo. Apollo 11 always comes to mind for me, so the number 11 could be important. There's Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. So Neil Armstrong or Neil could be important. Buzz even, because I'm sure somebody's called Buzz. Brothers, the sun god, her brother. She is also called Artemis Agraterra, goddess of the countryside. And it is important to remember that in ancient times, the countryside was not a theme park with nature trails that you drive to a weekend, but we recognise as being directly responsible for our day-to-day survival. So this is about your day-to-day survival. It's not about big things, it's about day-to-day survival. Now Diana returns, there we go, Diana, a return to the eco-green movement. You are the goddess of the wild, lonely places, the wilderness, the wood and the desert. Your heart is as wild and untamed as the places you love. The original meaning of being chased is, what did I say about you don't have to chase what's yours, is complete unto herself. And you take that concept of self-sufficiency to the extreme. Your proud and lonely heart finds it difficult to articulate your passion to others. You may cry if you are missing seeing the sunset, but not be able to find the words to say why it means so much. As a huntress, you are capable of highly focused, sustained, disciplined work, which can lead to great success. But your first love is always nature. You love gardening or tramping in wild places. You are a prime candidate for downshifting to a simpler way of life, just like I did. Most Dianas would live in the country rather than the city. And her Diana woman who has neatly solved the problem of earning a living by residing in the city but travelling to the countryside, so travel, again, to write articles on wonderful gardens. As a modern day Diana, you will find today's world puzzling. But there's your puzzle, look, behind his head. Somebody is very confused, puzzled. And conventional society will equally perplexed by you. You have a primal deep connection to the earth, which does not fit in with the materialistic concerns, which is what today's card is saying, materialism, of today's world. It can feel very, very lonely to be out of sync with society. And there you are, out of sync with society. Look in the background. Although you are well equipped to be material success, the fruits of that success will leave you cold and hungrily yearning for richer, deeper experiences. So it doesn't make you happy. That home is not a happy one because you have nothing to fulfill you. You have to learn to reconnect with your deep longing for a closeness with nature. You must leave the city with all its noise and get into nature and explore until you can start to hear your own authentic voice reminding you of who you really are and what you really need. If you have not connected with that voice for some time, you may be shocked when the voice tells you to plant a herb garden or run along a beach chasing the sun. You may have always felt different when growing up, but you are no less a person for being unconventional. Connect with others who are of the same mind, carry one of the most ancient revered faces of the goddess of nature. Hell will freeze over, yeah there it is, hell will freeze over, before you find a Diana, woman or man, because we all have it inside us, doing the flirting and flattering that comes so easily to Aphrodite. Sadly, this may mean it is difficult for you to meet people in bars or clubs, in the pick-up places. It's also sad because the people that pass over you for more extrovert charms will miss out on a wonderful woman or man. Someone who won't want to spend endless hours discussing how you met in past lives like Hecate, and who won't sulk like Aphrodite. If you don't tell people how beautiful they are a couple of times a day, you are not career mad like Athena, bad-tempered like Carly, or everybody's mom like Demeter. You are a doer rather than a talker, so you have to put your money where your mouth is. You are a breath of fresh air, sunlight over water. You may truly give your heart to another only once, like the swan you want to mate for life. If this appears in your spread, you are being encouraged to get in touch with your wild child. Go back to your roots. There it is. Nostalgia. Remember something you enjoyed in the past. Because less is more. Back to basics. Hunt for the hidden true meaning in the circumstances that surround you now, no matter how adverse they may be. Do not be satisfied with superficial. Demand genuineness in your dealings and be genuine with others. Diana does not deal in trivialities. You may be about to make a decision that will affect you for the rest of your life. Remember that Diana is a huntress, and you may have to stalk your fate, your true direction, with patience, and you're getting impatient, and ruthlessness. Do not let anything or anyone distract you from your path. Follow it with the dedication of a tracker. Like a good hunter, you may need to know the right moment to take action. If you wait too long, the moment will pass you forever. Not long enough, and you will seek what you seek flies further away from you. So timing is everything. Because whatever this is not a good place to be. And it is a nightmare. And we have to get out of this nightmare. The only way to do that is to take a different path. Ground ourselves, believe in ourselves, and stop selling our soul to the devil. There it is again. You cannot make this shit up. 17. The star. Your true north node, your true life purpose. Follow in your true life purpose. This bloody salamander will not leave. And that's the fire signs. So the 17, Fred, David, Aquarius, fire signs. This is a symbol of fire and heat. The salamander and the black pepper call us to be full of energy, inspired. Both Aristotle and Pliny, the elders, wrote of salamander's ability to withstand the flames, and so can you. And the creatures associated with fire is echoed in ancient Greek myth. Black peppers or peppercorns have an earthy flavour, so get back to your roots. Ground yourself, but still remember to have that spicy kick. Make a perfect match for a fire-friendly salamander. A new opportunity awaits you, but to fulfill it, you must remain inspired. Apply your full energy to it. What is it that inspires you? And how do you invite and incorporate more inspiration into your life?